Hello everyone, and welcome to this Yin Yoga practice to balance meridian energies. In this video, I'll guide you through a sequence that is specifically designed to nurture a deeper connection with the flow of prana through the body's energy channels. Welcome to Devi Daily Yoga, and welcome back to the Yin Yoga Challenge, where we are on day number 22. This is a practice that's geared a bit more toward experienced students, and you won't need any props for this practice, but we'll do saddle pose, and as always in saddle there will be options to use yoga blocks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin our Yin Yoga practice. We'll begin in butterfly pose. Take the soles of your feet together and let your knees open wide. Option to sit on a cushion, a folded blanket, as much height as you need, so that when you come forward, you don't feel like you're having to pull or force yourself forward. We just want gravity to take us forward. We hold on to the feet, the ankles, or we can rest the hands on the floor. And we want to begin to feel this stretch in the body, particularly in the inner thighs and also the lower back. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow the spine to round, and allow the weight of the head to carry you into the pose. And let your breath come in to fill your back body. And breathe out. Relax into the shape a little bit more. Taking that first minute that we always kind of need to just feel through our tension, feel through that surface layer, before we eventually get into the deeper stretch of fascia, connective tissue that comes with the stillness and deeper relaxation. We'll come out of butterfly now, gently and slowly push to an upright position of the spine. And come onto hands and knees so that we can make our way into a little bit of circular movement of the spine. After that butterfly, take your hips and shoulders to the right, and then hips back toward the heels, hips and shoulders to the left, and forward. Keep going in this direction. Think about curving the spine to the right as you bring your tailbone back, and now curve the spine to the left and bring the crown of the head forward. Circle once more in this direction, over to the left side and forward. Change the directions now. Swing yourself to the left, curving left and back. Curve to the right and forward and to the left, to the back, right, forward, and last time to the left, back, right, and forward. Come to a neutral position of the spine now to come down into puppy pose. Walk your hands forward a few inches and settle your heart down toward the floor. Here we find a back bend in the upper body. We can choose to let the head rest on the floor, or let the chin rest on the floor, or use a block under the forehead or the chin, or just let the head hover. Allow your body to melt into this upper back bend as you breathe into this space of the shoulders, the collarbones, the sternum and the chest, the front of the ribs, the middle and upper spine. Slowly now come up, hands and knees position, and find some cat and cow. Inhale, lift into cow pose, drop the ribs toward the earth, and exhale, reverse it, round your spine, chin tucks, tail chucks under. Inhale, back bend, roll your shoulders back, lift your gaze, exhale and round your spine, tuck your tailbone. One more time into cow. And exhale into cat. Arch the back and return to a neutral spine. And now let's take a step forward into dragon with the right leg. Right leg is in front. Hands both on the inside of the foot. Or you can choose to have the hands on either side of the foot. And let the hips settle down into this stretch of the front of the left thigh and the front of the left hip. For the second part of our time in this pose, your choice of dragon twist, where the right hand comes to the knee, turn your chest, turn your gaze, or reach back with the right hand and hold the foot, or dragon holds its tail pose. And if you are holding on to the foot, you can think about finding the back bend here, pressing into the right foot to open the chest, to open the right shoulder back, and to bring the head back in space. And there's a feeling of the front of the left hip opening, taking as much space as you want between the front hand and the front right foot. And breathe here. And slowly release and tuck the back toes. Step back into downward dog. Walk it out. Press one heel down as you bend the opposite knee. Stretch the soles of the feet, the backs of the calves. And now drop the knees and take it into dragon on the second side, left leg forward. Both hands on the inside of the foot or hands on either side of the foot. As we feel this stretch in the front of the right thigh, front of the right hip. And now taking it into dragon twist or dragon holds its tail. Left hand on the knee to bring the chest around, perhaps bending the knee and holding the foot, or perhaps staying with the hand on the knee. Coming out of dragon holds its tail, tuck the back toes under, downward dog, step it back. Optionally, you could move through a vinyasa now if your body is calling for that, or just bend one knee at a time. And drop the knees, taking it into child's pose. Breathing here. Take a rest. Slowly come up now. We have a choice now of half saddle or full saddle. So we'll do half the amount of time with each side of half saddle or the full saddle. I'm going to use my blocks today. You can use whatever you have or come straight onto the floor. Any kind of cushions, sofa cushion to lie back on if you need something. And I'm sitting on top of my feet today, but we also have the option to sit in between the feet. And people like it both ways. I like to do saddle all of the ways because they all have different good things about them. If you're using your blocks, one block catches the back of your ribs, the other block catches your head. Settling into your half saddle or saddle pose, feeling the stretch in the front of the thigh, front of the hip, and also the back bend, the sacrum stimulation. For the second half of the pose, if you're doing half saddle, then carefully come up out of it and change to the second side. And slowly release whichever pose you're in. Extract yourself, which can sometimes be quite difficult to get out of these poses. And then we're going to make our way right into caterpillar pose, which is going to feel phenomenal after that. Both legs forward. Come over the legs. Oh yes. Hands to the legs or the floor. Props, however you'd like them, under your seat, under your head, or under your chest. Slowly release. And sitting upright, lean your hands back and come into an upward facing plank. We'll lift up through the hips. Send the head back, engage the glutes, strengthen the back of the thighs, and release your hips back down. And let's now come into figure 4 as our last posture. Take your right shin parallel with the long edge of the mat, left ankle on top of the right knee, and come forward from here, finding the stretch in the left glutes. Up to you if you want to stay with this pose or do the alternative pose, which is figure 4 on the back. Left ankle over the right knee. Wherever you have landed, take a breath into your body, into your left hip especially. Exhale and soften here. Slowly rise up or change legs if you're on your back for figure 4. We've got right ankle on top of the left knee. Allow the breath to carry you into the pose. Inhaling into the place of sensation and exhaling, softening into it, softening through it. And slowly come up and coming out of it. Take the feet on the floor in front of you. Lean back on your hands and take some windshield wipers side to side. And contemplate how you'd like to spend your final meditation. Would you like to be on your back in a blissful shavasana or sit upright in a seated meditation? Either way, taking this time is the most potent time of the practice, this time of rest at the end, whether seated or lying down. This is when the benefits of the practice really flow through. I can sense what's happening in the body now. Feel the energy and where it is doing its magic, healing the joints, energizing the internal organs. helping the energy and the blood of the body to flow. And with all of this energy moving inside, I want to read to you Sutra number 44 from the Radiant Sutras. Rivers of power flowing everywhere, fields of magnetism relating everything. This is your origin. This is your lineage. The current of creation is right here, coursing through subtle channels, animating this very form. Follow the gentle touch of life, soft as the footprint of an ant, as tiny sensations open to vastness. Power sings as it flows, electrifies the organs of sensing, becomes liquid light, nourishes your entire being. Celebrate the boundary where streams join the sea, where body meets infinity. End of Sutra. Breathe in and breathe out. And place the palms together in front of the heart. And chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Moving gently to transition into the next part of your day. We'll end the practice here. Namaste. I hope you feel amazingly peaceful and satisfied after this practice. Be sure to move slowly and gently into the next part of your day. Thank you for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And until then, I hope the rest of your day flows beautifully.